Hello, Jayco family, and welcome back to another episode in our Executive Testimonial Leadership Series. I'm your host, Hannah Golahowski, and today we have a very, very special guest with us, our very own President and CEO of the Jayco Family of Companies, Ken Walters. Okay, Ken, could you tell us a little bit about how you got here as President and CEO for Jayco Family of Companies?
Yeah, maybe back in the time when there was still a Louisville RV show for all the dealers, 2016, I think it was typically November, the week of before or after Thanksgiving. There was a dealer group at dinner. At that time, Jayco was looking for a new VP of their motorized product, and my name came up at a dinner conversation with the previous leadership team, and all of a sudden the next day at Louisville, that dealer came over and said, hey, your name came up in conversation at the beginning of the week. You might be hearing something from Matt or from Jayco to have a conversation. And I'm like, no, I got a great gig. I was at that time the VP of sales of Prime Time, and loved my job and loved my team and had no thought of doing anything differently. And the following week, indeed, they reached out and had some coffee at Starbucks and a conversation. And Bob Martin got involved in the conversation from Thor, and after a lot of thought and a lot of conversation, January 3rd, 2017, I showed up here in Middlebury as the VP of sales of the motorized division.
Wow, huge. So now, as the leader of the Jayco Family of Companies, what are your values or principles that you hold so closely, or just the most important when it comes to making big decisions?
I think people that have been around me now for the last 7 years, I say the same thing pretty much over and over. I've kind of always had a single playbook, and it's about inward facing and investing in the people, putting the right people in the right seat, and letting them do their job, and providing them the tools and the resources and the support they need to be effective. I think earning people's trust through doing what you say you're going to do, and getting good results. And once you start stacking up wins, easy to get people to follow you. And it's, again, the same thing we say over and over. We're just coming out of an event this last week at RV Dealer Association meeting in Vegas, and we had our Service Dealer Advisory Council last week down here in Middlebury, and pretty freshly removed from open house in September and Jayco homecoming and at the end of July, beginning of August. And as I reflect on all of that, we did say the same thing over and over. It is truly people. It's about leadership, and it's about nurturing and development of talent and letting them do their job. And had good results as a result of that philosophy, and probably not something we're going to change.
Absolutely. And to kind of, I guess, follow up on that, would you just describe your leadership style as just, always people oriented, and just how do you approach building the culture here at Jayco to reflect its core values?
Well, I think the good news is I feel like we're already standing on shoulders of a lot of history of good culture. Sure. And then again, I think we've been able through a bunch of wins and a bunch of success to get people aligned with the philosophy of truly people. And in my mind, it starts with me. It's leading from the front. It's not, hey, do this, do that. It's follow me. And I think those are the two most important words in leadership, is follow me and being willing to do the work.
Absolutely.
And people see you do the work, and it makes people more willing and enthusiastic about also doing the work. And again, with the philosophy of putting people in their job, and not doing their job for them, but giving them support to be successful at their job, and then nurturing and development of the talent that's here, and we're blessed with a lot of it. And I think that's kind of bled throughout the organization, and people believe us as we've said it, because we're actually doing it. And again, our message hasn't changed, and again, as long as I'm here, we won't change that.
Absolutely. And to kind of go off of that as well, what do you see as the biggest opportunities for Jayco and even the RV industry as a whole within the next kind of few years?
we're just coming off of a fiscal year at the end of July, and a lot of those results are starting to show up, and we are making gains. We've started to separate ourselves coming out of COVID, and we were slow getting started through growth mode at the beginning of COVID. It took us some time to catch up, but as we've come out of COVID and the market got a little more difficult, our culture on top of really good strategy has served us really well, and we're gaining share, which is a good measurement of success in our business, and we're retaining people, which in my mind is the best measurement of success. So I still think our biggest opportunity is continue more of the same. I think us figuring out department by department, it's something that I've been sharing for months and months and months with our leadership team, that in spite of a lot of success, collaboration, how do we tear down 55 years of walls between manufacturing and customer service and sales and product and marketing and finance. And so I think collaboration and continuing to use all of the information that we all have and all of the talent that we are blessed to have, and collaborate to get results versus, hey, don't come in my sandbox and I won't come in yours.
Right.
So I think that's our biggest opportunity. And again, as I look at the last 12 months and as I look forward, I think with what we're doing on the people side, and as a result, developing product at a rate we haven't necessarily done in the past, and being really fluid on how we do that, I think we have an opportunity to continue to gain share. And what share means, more shipping, which is how we all get paid, is build and sell RVs, but more importantly, our products performing really well on the dealer lots, and that, again, a philosophy that I say all the time: if the dealer sells it, they make money on it. We support them on the customer service side. If the customers have issues, they'll buy more. And so we don't want to overcomplicate what in my mind is a simple business. It's not easy, but it is simple if you think of it that way. And I love the way our departments have come together and truly know that's the goal.
Absolutely. And kind of going off of just success in general, are there any specific kind of achievements, either past or recent, that make you particularly proud, or that you think best represent the Jayco family of companies?
For me specifically, the thing I take the most pride in every day is hearing from people like Wilbur Bontrager and Devon Miller and Dave Ash that we're representing a company that they've spent a lot of time and energy and effort to build, and we're representing that well. I love watching the development of our young talent. We have a core group, again at RVDA, and Ryan Forgy and Jeremy Yoder, a couple guys from our engineering department, 140 under 40 in our industry, and Ryan Esch won it the year before, and Nick Martin the year before that. And as I think about that, I was sitting at that ceremony Tuesday night and writing myself a list. We probably have 50 or 60 or 70 or 80 people that could just as easily won that award. So I think watching that young talent development, I think my greatest responsibility as the leader today is, what does the next 5 to 10 years look like at Jayco? We got a lot of guys that have been here a long time, and the bad part of that is that at some point they'll make a decision to stop working, and really hard to replace 30, 40 plus years of experience. But we're really blessed with a really deep bench and multiple levels in some cases, and that's what I'm the most proud of every day is watching that core develop, and know that when I'm done working and it's time for the next chapter of leadership at Jayco, that we'll be in really great hands.
Absolutely. And if you could share one piece of advice to anyone at Jayco that is looking to grow within the company, what would it be?
Again, not to my sales brain probably oversimplifies things, but you got to do the work.
Yeah.
A lot of us by nature, want more, but are you willing to do the push-ups to get the results?
Yep.
And do what you say you're going to do. I think getting people to trust you and again, leading from the front, an expectation of you'll do what you say you're going to do is by far the most important. And again, once you get people aligned and see things the way you see it and have the same goal that you have, and again, you have a pile of wins to continue to look back on, then you get a bunch of people behind you, and the momentum you create with a big team of people behind you is the magic in my mind. I don't find myself here by all the stuff that I've done. I find myself here in this chair as the president of Jayco as a result of a bunch of people seeing it the same way and collectively working for the same thing. And it's fun winning and getting results as a result of that.
Absolutely. Now, outside of work, what is something that you're passionate about that people may not know, and how does it help you recharge?
I say all the time, and I'm probably only half joking, as the only thing I'm good at is eating and talking. Like, I'm a foodie. I get to travel a lot through work, and for me, I'm doing preparation for a particular meeting or to meet with a particular dealer or a very specific goal in mind. But I'm the guy that's online weeks before looking for a local restaurant, something unique. I think in our industry, just over the course of the last 10 years, if you ask a lot of people in Elkhart County, my nickname's Food Jesus. And that's a result of them, hey, I'm in Wichita, Kansas, what restaurant should I go to? And so I love eating and talking, and as a result of that, I really enjoy sitting on my back porch, cup of coffee, no words, in my own mind, preparing for the day, and getting ready to flip the switch to say a bunch of words, because famously I've got lots of words always and plenty to say, so I like to...
Nothing wrong with that.
I like to shut that down once in a while and just be in my own brain.
Sure.
But I love eating and talking.
Yep.
So it's my thing.
Keep it simple. You know what you like. Well, Jayco family, thank you for tuning in to another episode of our Leadership Testimonial series. If you've been keeping up this far, you may notice that was our final executive member for our interview panel, and you may just have to tune in next time to see who we're going to interview next. Until next time.